the upgrades up as well, and I think he's going to be in a good position to deal with Much, unless Much can do, I don't know, a Storm Drop or something, but I don't even think he has a Templar Archives at this stage, and again, he really wants to transition, I think, into carriers rather than Templar tech, which usually you see along that branch of, because you don't want to waste that Templar Archives. It just feels like kind of Templar Archives into Arbiter, otherwise it kind of feels like a waste. You guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, but bringing that shuttle up, and I think this, he does in fact have a Reaver in there, able to kill at least 2 mines with that Vulture, and able to get that tank, the Zealot up in proximity with that tank, trying to take that Vulture out, and is going to be able to get a shot off, not going to be able to take that turret out, but again, I just feel like because of the way this map is designed, it's a little bit difficult to do Reaver harasses, and as long as Baby has those mobile forces out on the ground, if he had mines even pre-laid, I don't think that Much was going to be able to do anything about it. He is, as you can see, Baby is doing a good job of, I think he's putting those factories a little bit to that upper left-hand corner, a little bit of, I might be off on this, but to make sure those Goliaths are produced right towards that corner where the carriers are most likely to come in. Third gas getting established, and I take it back, putting down additional gateways, a whole lot of gateways, so Much completely skipping any sort of level of tech. He wants to just kind of do a brutal mass, I guess, ground stomp at this stage. All Zealots, all Dragoons, all Observatory to kind of back this up and try to just run Baby over. In the meantime, he's just sending out skeleton crews of Dragoons, not revealing his numbers, wants to make sure, and the biggest threat to this is going to be those Vultures. If those Vultures manage to sneak into his base and see this, or if Baby gets a good comsat out, I think that this is going to be a complete failure, honestly. I think Baby's going to be prepared for it. Baby is at equal bases, although he is 1 gas down, but he's going to have plenty of preparation to deal with this. He's probably, I don't know about upgrades though, I don't know if he'll have higher upgrades. Getting it 2 more factories down, but leaving just 2 machine shops. He does have the 2 armories down, so I do think he'll have that upgrade advantage at this stage. I'm not sure when much. I think that first forge was at that 6 o'clock position, so he's going to be down at least in the upgrade war. Not as important as it is, say, Zerg versus Protoss, but still, it's not going to help much his cause. So Baby doing what he needed to do is he's established himself. He's just building up forces. It's up to Much to really defeat Baby at this stage of the game. He really needs to push up and do some damage to Baby's economy or stop him. Now we're seeing the Stargate going down, in which I'm not sure if he just a single Stargate. No, okay, there is a Templar Archives down, so he's going to switch to Arbiters now. He's got a lot of gateways though, so he's not going to be able to produce as many Arbiters, as many higher level tech units as you want to. I thought I counted right. I thought I saw a full 12, which usually, not to say that completely maxes out bases if you're managing your resources, but usually on a full 12 gateways, you're at least a little bit down on resources at that stage. Anyway, ignore me though, I'm not that good a player. So Reaver trying to disrupt that 12 o'clock, was at least able to cancel something, trying to do something with what he's got, able to lift off just in time. Good timing, almost able to pick off a tank. But really, outside of this, Much hasn't managed to kill any higher tech units. It looks like he's trying to establish the bottom left of the base. I don't think he can win just going just this straight upgrade war. Baby, unless he just beats Baby just straight macro. He just has better APM or something like that, but at a pro gamer level, I don't think you can rely on that to win you games, really. Right now, Baby has 4 bases. Much is at 4 bases. He's just established his 4th. Generally, when you're even on bases, that means the Protoss is behind, Terran is ahead, and I was just about to say the reverse of that. But now Baby just can build up forces, honestly. He's already got level 1 weapons, getting the science facility down in preparation for Arbiters, so I think he's comsatted that tech out. But I haven't seen an Arbiter produced. I haven't seen the Arbiter archives, and I don't see the numbers on the ground. Maybe it's just the Observer, but I'm not seeing the numbers on the ground that I was expecting at this stage of the game with the number of gateways that have been produced. So a good amount of Dragoons and Zealots now at that forward position, but looks like some High Templar. Ooh, good pick off by Baby. That's exactly what he wants to do. Run out there, pick off as many High Templar as possible, and it looks like he's going to be able to sneak into the 9 o'clock position and take this entire base out with just a grouping, an attack grouping of Vultures. The Dragoons out of position, the Zealots out of position. It looks like actually Much is going to ignore that base and go on for a full frontal assault here. And yeah, just going to push up, going to chase those Vultures out. I think he's going to dedicate with an attack, even though I don't think he has an Arbiter alongside, but going to run into a ton of tanks. Maybe he'll catch them unsieged. We'll see. Yeah, going to push in. Wow, going to go up the ramp, push in, going to try to clear those mines, but keep in mind there's that huge tank force to that north. Going going to drop the Zealots backside, able to take out one tank. A Reaver going down, going to be able to get one shot off into that large tank grouping. Now the Zealots and the Dragoons pushing it, but the tanks, I think, are pretty well in the position. Got to get those Dragoons on that, I'm sorry, the Zealots in that back line of tanks. SCV's coming off the line, and it looks like I still think there's enough tanks to hold this, just that huge northern force, and Much realizes it. He's going to have to back off, and I think he might still lose that Nexus at 9 o'clock, so this is a pretty big failure for Much. He's bringing those Dragoons back, but the way those Vultures level 1 weapons picking away at this, he might either be able to barely save it, or I guess trying to trick Baby at that stage, saying, oh, I was trying to expand, giving up when he really had a larger grouping, but it's going to be very close here, very low on health. Those 3 Vultures just pounding it away, and they can still run behind their mines. Oh no, it looks like they're going to be just 70. I can't get a good reading on this, but I think it's just about 700, or I'm sorry, 70. It's going to be very, very, very close. I think just about 100 health left. Oh no, it takes it down. See, oh man, just a sliver too late. Nothing going right for Much here. That was just a huge turning point in the game. Losing so many units on that failed rush on Baby's base and losing that 9 o'clock. Baby is showing pretty good stuff right here. He's playing the maps exactly the way he wants to, honestly. A couple more mines on the front door, and trying to get rid of that pylon so you can open up. Unpowering his own Stargate and his own Arbiter Tribunal to try to open up some room to get his troops out there. Putting a second pylon down. Doing that a little bit late, but honestly, at 3 bases versus 4 for the Terran, Baby can just sit this out. He can continue to send those Vultures out, continue to plant mines, and just slow play it, and just once he hits max, send out kind of the escort crews, and he'll be just fine. Just continue with the upgrades, keep his macro up. Already has a science vessel along the way, and he's going to be well prepared for Arbiters. So Much not able to get it done, and it looks like he's going to establish another base at the 3 o'clock. Much trying to reestablish at the 9 o'clock. But really, I just feel like, Much, it didn't feel like he had a plan, or the plan he had when it didn't work out, where he wasn't able to do as much damage as he wanted to with that quick Reaver. He was just, I guess, assuming that Baby would skip it, would just assume he was skipping it, which, of course, Baby was well prepared for it. I guess that was Much's entire game plan, because at that stage it just feels like he just kind of put down a lot of gateways and didn't really do anything with them, things like that, in my opinion. So I don't know. But it looks like we've got... Wow. Trying to push up to the 12 o'clock position. It looks like that Observer going to get taken out, and Much losing some very key visuals. Some Goliaths also alongside to help deal with those Arbiters. And this is what I'm talking about. Those Vultures are going to just make it impossible for Much to maintain map control. They're just so fast, they can run everywhere. And on top of that, Baby, in the meantime, because he's at equal bases, actually has been up a base for quite a while. And wow, Vultures sneaking through. It looks like they're going to get to the main base. We're going to switch to that fight in just a second here. This is what I'm talking about. Much just can't keep his armory in position to deal with Baby, and Baby just reaping the benefits of really good macro at this stage of having that additional base. Going to pick off some Templar. That's bonus right there. Able to sneak through. Just going to plant mines on this gap, and honestly, this able to get a Dragoon right there, and he can keep doing this all day. Vultures are cheap, you know. They're like talk.